There's talk about how short stories are perfect for the declining public attention span. But we know that's not true. Stories require concentration and seriousness. In Toastmasters, we learn that interjecting stories into our speeches help capture attention as well as help with understanding our point. Today, I want to tell you a story written by Sara Loitz about a young girl and her tree. I am 8 years old, carving a face into the sapling outside my bedroom window, and a furrow for the mouth, 2 notches for the eyes, and a pair of pricks for the nose. I stare at it for too long. If I stare at it for too long, I can almost see it move. As the tree grows larger, so does its face. The lips grow long and sensuous, and the nose begins to jut shallow divots on either side, suggesting nostrils. Eyes crack open, and dark pits peering out from a crown of drooping leaves. It's staring at me, I tell my mother, indicating the face outside my window. That's odd, my mother remarks, scarcely glancing up from her work. Almost like it has a face, doesn't it? She goes back to folding my laundry. I hang curtains over my window, but I can see a shadow through the thick gingham and hear the rustling of the leaves almost sound like words. I spend a week sleeping underneath my bed, buried in a nest of pillows and throw blankets, because I don't like the idea of the tree staring at me when I can't stare at it. When I start to ache from sleeping on the floor, I begrudgingly go topside. I am 13. The tree has doubled in height. 2 gnarled branches sprout from the bowl, grasping at the clouds with spindled fingers. Whorls in the wood suggest pupils, ears, and a mild case of acne. I sympathize and spend the whole night skimming the rough bark back to its accustomed smoothness. I am 16, and the first boy I've ever liked is underneath me, and I am kissing him. His breath catches. What? I ask. That tree, he says. It's looking at me. I pivot sharply, earning a startled grunt from the boy. The tree's lips are peeled back, revealing twin rows of notched teeth. Oh, that, I say. Just ignore it. If I close the curtain, it'll think it won. That night, the tree sprouts legs. This development worries me. I remind myself that trees have roots. It can't uproot itself without divesting itself of its only source of nourishment. The tree seems to realize this. Consternation furrows its craggy brow. I am 18, curled up on my bed with my last high school yearbook, when the tree finally speaks. Lily, it rasps. The voice sounds like the bottom of a canoe scraping over gravel. You're going to college soon. Yes, I replied. And good riddance. I am tired of living next to a paper. The tree sighs a sigh. Ugh. Like 1,000 rivers rushing over stone. Windows look both ways. How do you know you're not the one who's peeping at me? It's a fair point, I acknowledge. I'm off to college a month later, determined not to give the tree another thought. My dorm room is on the 5th floor. The window offers a view of staggered buildings, the volleyball court, walkways paved with manicured turf. I feel uprooted in a good, not in a bad way, or a particularly good one. It's different here, and all the trees are faceless. The tree cannot find me here, I think, and I let this thought lull me into a fretful sleep. I awake to find the tree towering over my bed. Its branches brush the ceiling, and its leaves and limbs shriveled. Its face desiccated almost beyond recognition. It looks like it has been starving. One branch stretches out toward me as though frozen in time, an arm. Something dangles from its brittle fingers, and I reach out and grasp it. You forgot your sweater, it says.